This is a Ryan King Scales production.
Good afternoon. This is Ryan King Scales, and I want to speak to you all on a serious note. I want to talk to you all about the threat of domestic violence. Essentially, we are killing our families from within. In every domestic violence case, a mental scar is left upon the victim, further elongating the effects of abuse to the next generation. Domestic violence doesn't just apply to a man beating a woman. It applies to any form of abuse on a man, woman, or child, whether it be physical or mental. Every day, someone is a victim of domestic violence, and we all know someone who has been a victim. The sad truth is that throughout our history, we've turned a blind eye to domestic violence, justifying it and deeming it acceptable in our homes, our marriages, and even our relationships. There is no justification for domestic violence, and anyone who tries to justify it does not deserve to be free. We as a people have to come together. We have to take a stand and fight for those who can't fight for themselves. We have to fight against the mental battle scars polluting the minds of hurt individuals. We have to fight against the makeup and the shades that hide the ever-present signs of abuse. We have to fight for those who have died in their fight for domestic violence. We also have to fight for those before their fight begins and save them before it's too late. In a majority of these cases, there's a female victim. She may have come from a hard life of suffering and may suffer from self-esteem issues from a lack of love in her life. To any woman that feels any of this, do not allow yourself to be a victim. Don't be afraid to call the police. They may not be able to do everything, but they're your first step to saving your own life. Get that restraining order and get that weapon and protect yourself. Don't let anyone deter you. People try and say that the police won't do anything. At the end of the day, you're responsible for your own life. You can't be afraid to press charges. You can't be afraid to tell them what happened. You can't worry about what other people are going to think, because at the end of the day, you have to take care of yourself. Some say a restraining order is just a piece of paper, but at the end of the day, it's a legal document that protects you if the offender violates you. It's your defense. If there's a woman out there that has a family that's willing to help you, by all means, let them help you. Don't allow yourself to feel like a burden on them because you've gotten yourself into this situation, and don't let your pride disallow them from helping you out. Your family deserves to know that you're not being abused by anyone. You only become a burden when you try to hide it and cover it up from your family. Mental battle scars are the worst kind to heal. To anyone that has suffered mental battle scars from a parent, spouse, or lover, don't ever allow them to make you believe that you aren't beautiful. Don't allow anyone to make you believe that you're only good for one thing in life. The moment you start believing that is when you become a victim inside of your own mind. Believe that you can do better and strive for it. Know that there is no other human being that can make you more valuable than what you are to yourself. Know that you are defined by the empowerment of your spirit. Always know that God loves you, no matter what you've done or experienced. For the women out there that want to get away from it all, take the first step. Leave. Leave and never turn back again. And do not get caught up in memories and hopes of things changing. Do not be discouraged by threats from the opposition, because if they truly loved you, they never would have abused you. If you want to leave, call a friend, call the cops, call your family and tell them to come and get you. Don't be too prideful to go to a women's shelter. Don't worry about your furniture or your clothes. Those are material possessions and they can be replaced. You only have one life and it's irreplaceable. If you have children, you're at an even greater risk because you're exposing them to this travesty. Don't allow your children to live a life knowing that either they or their mother is being abused. It is your job as a mother to protect your children, which means you have to protect yourself. If you don't protect them, who will? Don't be afraid to buy a weapon. More importantly, a gun for your own protection. Don't let the hype of the media prevent you from buying a gun because you have small children. At the end of the day, it is your responsibility as a parent to protect them. Therefore, you have to educate them on why they shouldn't touch it, and it is even more so your responsibility to make sure they don't get to it. A gun is only dangerous when it's in the wrong hands. It is your Second Amendment right to bear arms. Protect yourself by all means. Don't leave a situation and try to remain friends, because anyone who is willing to hurt you is not your friend. Don't allow yourself to be sweet-talked back into a situation. At the end of the day, it may sound nice, but you know what you experienced. Be smart and stay away. If your family isn't there for you, call a friend, call the cross guard, call the police, call a church member, call someone until they're willing to help you. Pride is one of the 7 deadly sins, and it has assisted in the killing of many people over the years. Don't let pride kill you. For those of you that have experienced domestic violence, don't let it become an excuse for misbehavior. Don't let it become an excuse for you to run around looking for love with several different men, devaluing your worth. Don't allow it to become an excuse to why you beat your wife or your girlfriend, because at the end of the day, it does not make you a man. Don't allow it to consume you and pass on that pain to your children or your stepchildren, because they may grow with that pain and pass it on to someone else, or even consider suicide. To the children that deal with domestic violence, don't be afraid to tell anyone. Tell a friend, tell a neighbor, tell a teacher, tell anyone who is willing to listen that you're being abused and you want to get away from it, whether it's physical or mental. Don't be afraid to stand up for your own safety. For everyone out there listening, now is the time. As I said before, we have to fight against domestic violence. We all know someone who's been a victim of domestic violence. We need to stop pretending that it's not real and address this issue. Instead of turning a blind eye to it, we need to stand up and do something about it. Pull that person to the side and let them know that you are there for them. Let them know that you will protect them from danger. Encourage them to leave the situation that they are in, and don't take no for an answer. Be that angel that protects them from danger and let them know that there's a better way. Be something more than just a person. Be a hero. Save a life. You have to be her encouragement not to go back. You have to make them stronger without you, but first you have to be strong for her or him. Don't get caught up in thinking that it isn't any of your business, because at the end of the day, you can speak it for someone who can't. If you know something is happening and you do nothing about it, you're just as guilty as the person that is oppressing them, because you knew something was happening and you chose to do nothing. Don't be afraid to take a stand against domestic violence. Be strong for someone who can't be strong for themselves. Be that person that empowers them and makes them want to do better for themselves. To the oppressors of domestic violence, you know for a fact that you are scum. Whatever you may lack in life has nothing to do with the victim you are oppressing. You are a victim of your own mind. End your madness now. You know you deserve to be alone. Seek help and seek God.